Clint here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your front landscape. Very unique landscape for the particular application just because of the nature of your property. All right, so in the landscape design, we took out this tree. We talked about on site. This is going to be a problematic tree to remove. It will take some manual labor to make sure we get the roots out. We don't damage your meter here. And to make sure no roots are wrapped around the meter. All right. On the upper level, I deleted these plants that are existing and added new plants. I kept a pretty simple theme. I didn't want anything that gets really tall, big, overhangs the sidewalk like you have going now. I don't like plants that block the property. One, for safety reasons, and two, there's beauty in your house, and we want to make sure we don't hide that beauty. All right, so starting from left to right, I have a yucca color guard. I did an abelia. We'll see what flavor abelia they have in stock, and we'll make a decision on which ones to get. Repeated the yucca. I like the color guard yucca. It's vibrant, it's green, easy to maintain. I did society garlics here in the middle, have a nice cool smell when they get wet. Also want something that's kind of a unique perennial pop of color. We can change it to salvia, some sort of sage, rosemary, or maybe even daylilies if you like daylilies. Repeated the pattern again, yucca, abelia, yucca. You could do one flavor of abelia over here and a different flavor of abelia over here. Just depends on your preference. Again, I keep these. Everything here stays about 2.5 feet tall or lower, and that was my goal for consistency. All right, towards the house, Bridal Respria, easy to maintain, gets big and wild, has a white bloom for a couple weeks in spring. In front here, we'll go with the larger, taller daylilies, just so they can kind of reach for the sun and you can see them as you come down the driveway. Here it's just simple Burford holly, just something evergreen, easy to maintain. Underneath the magnolia here, I added a big bed of variegated liripe, just something to mitigate erosion. The magnolia is going to have a shallow root structure. I wouldn't put that underneath the gravel. We have to kind of figure out how we're going to do the liripe based on the magnolia once we install it. Steel edge will go around the tree here. Steel edge will go, and it's a thick, heavy-duty commercial grade steel edge that really holds the material on quite nicely. Mulch beds, mulch beds, mulch bed. All right, along the street, I did a gravel. You just got to pick the gravel you preference. A lot of people put plants there. I didn't, just for simplicity and maintenance. Certainly easy to add if you want. Then gravel down here with the flagstone we discussed. We'll need to put something here. We're going to lower this edge to keep the gravel held in, but we might want to look at putting a piece of steel in here just as a long-term solution so you don't have to, easier to maintain, but TBD on that. All right, over here on the side, flagstone goes around. Obviously, there's a change of grade over here. This will slope towards your neighbor's property, so there'll be a point where we have to stop with the flagstone. I deleted all the grass on your property and just put a piece of steel edge straight down. This is your property line here, so you can see now you don't have any more grass to mow. So it's just gravel. All right, a couple things to consider in this design is as you drive down the driveway right here, you can see the plants as you're leaving the driveway. Ooh, let me go this way. As you're leaving the driveway, you're going up the hill, you can see the beauty of the plants as you leave. All right. We will have to readjust this grade. We'll have to take there's some drainage things we'll have to take into consideration. Not a whole lot. Most of the water rolls over to your property line anyway. So not a lot we have to consider there. The team will just check the grade. We may add a little bit of underground drainage just to be safe. But we'll let you know on that as part of the installation process. It depends on how we can get the grade just right so water needs to flow where we need it to flow. Most important thing is not flowing towards your foundation. From a watering perspective, I would keep the drip system here, so we're still watering along the sidewalk and the curb to prevent it from cracking, to prevent shifting in the ground here. Certainly need to water your plants. This side of the sidewalk, the plants, plus the upper side of the retaining wall. Down here, we always recommend watering the bottom of a retaining wall, so we could do a separate drip system down here that waters plants, could water your retaining wall and water these plants. So we could do upper drip, lower drip. We could do plants on drip. Then we could do the foundational watering, your house foundation, your wall foundation, and your concrete on drip. Just a reminder that when the ground gets wet, it expands. When it dries, it contracts, and that's where you get that shifting and cracking in foundations and walls. That's where you get the sidewalks moving up and down. So all we're trying to do is keep consistent moisture levels in the ground as much as possible to mitigate that major swings. Unless you have a really solid foundation, stuff's going to move up or down. We're just trying to mitigate how much it moves up and down. Last piece of it is, of course, lighting. We always recommend lighting, so I did lighting 3 along the house. You can add 1 on the side for safety, then a couple on the magnolia. We could put lighting up here along the street. My fear is if we put lighting up here, would somebody jack with it being that close to the sidewalk? But I am always a big fan of lighting. It makes a big difference for illuminating your front space and for safety. Last bit of it, let me zoom out, let you see at high level what we're talking about. I know the design's not perfect, the walls and the sidewalk, the walk path's not perfect. When you're doing anything that has elevation to it, the software is a bit wonky, but this is pretty stinky close. All right, let me pause there. If you have any questions, we can jump on a Zoom call, or you can email your list of questions. Once we get that down to the 95%, we price it. If you're a first-time guest and want to check us out, you can go to our website at crimsonlandscape.com.